Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday. This is a very different kind of vlog than what I usually film. I'm just here with Mum as well.
Hey.
And Charmaine's just over here. This is Cable College in Oxford. This is where we're staying for the next 3 or 4 nights. And we just finished having breakfast in that hall over there. And this is a really nice chapel. I'm not sure what the name of the chapel is, but it's probably bigger than most of the churches in Perth. And I think and they call it a chapel on the label there, and this is the cloisters for it. So this is basically where we're staying. I think I'll keep it brief for now because there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be filming. We're going to aim to get to Buckingham Palace today, so that's an exciting thing you'll be able to get to see for the vlog. But this is very different from me sitting down and talking for about 10 minutes, so enjoy today. You're going to really like it. Hey guys, it's a little bit later now. I think it's after. It's crazy. I don't think we're going to be able to get over. I think we'll probably just have to stay here. Maybe. This is Buckingham Palace, I think. It's a nice gilded fountain over there, some sort of statue. Anyway, that's about enough for now. I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, I'm at Covent Garden now, so you'll never guess what happened. As we were catching the train from Buckingham Palace to Covent Garden, we got to the station that we were meant to be changing over at, South Kensington, and as Mum and I were getting on the train, the door closed behind me and Charmaine couldn't get on the train, so we got separated. And so for about 20 minutes we were really worried about what was going to happen, because we got off at the next stop expecting Charmaine to be on the next train, calling out when we called out to her to see if she was on the train, but she wasn't on. So eventually we caught the train after that onto Covent Garden station, and eventually we waited there and Charmaine finally got out of the lifts and we were reunited. But it was really stressful, and so now we have a new rule, and that is if we get separated on the train, always get to the final destination and then try and ring the person when you can. I feel like maybe the best policy might be to get off at the next station and then get on so that you can all be reunited, but I don't know. That seems like the best thing to do, because what if there's multiple changes after that? It might be too complicated. We're just here at Covent Garden in the square, as you can see, and Mum and Charmaine have just gone to the toilet, so yeah. Alright, I'll end the vlog for this particular section now because it seems to be quite noisy in the background, but other than that I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, we just left Covent Garden. There actually wasn't that much stuff there. It seems like it's been fairly gentrified and there's a lot of really expensive restaurants. We're just crossing the road now. I just thought I'd show you this particular landscape here. All the famous really old buildings. It's really amazing. And then there's this really old building over here. I have no idea what that big parliament-like building looks like, but something that would be incredibly significant in Perth is just as common as anything else here in Britain. They've got nice statues up there. Wow, it's amazing. Anyway, I'll come back in a bit. I think we're going to go on the London Eye while we're here, while we have time. I'll see you guys in a bit. We've identified it. It's Somerset House, and I think it is fairly significant. Now here's a bus stop, and here's the rest of Somerset House. It's amazing. Look at the gilded things that the statues are holding. Mum reckons that they actually are gold, and Mum reckons that the gilded statue that we saw at Buckingham Palace actually is gilded with gold. I guess it would be. I could probably find out online, couldn't you? Anyway, I'll be back for real this time. I'm filming this about 30 seconds after I filmed the last clip, because we've just made it to the Thames and some incredibly famous landmarks have made their attention known to us. Over there is Westminster. I think that's not the Tower of London, is it? Well, there's a Big Ben there anyway. My mum's like, don't ask me questions on the spot. Over there you can see St. Paul's Cathedral, I'm pretty sure. Some funky skyscrapers. It's kind of crazy. This is the Thames. Anyway, I think that's probably as much as I can say on the matter. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, we just decided not to do the London Eye. It's too expensive and the lines are too long. And besides, we're kind of tired. We want to maybe just get to Harrods and then go home. But here's an interesting eyesight for you to see. This is Westminster, a little bit closer up than it was before. It's kind of crazy. You see it in movies and you see it in TV shows. It looks really ornate, doesn't it? So there's lots of stuff going on there. It's kind of crazy, and it's gilded. I think the Tower of London is gilded. It's crazy. Anyway, I thought I'd just show you guys. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, we're back home now. It's about 10:30, 11 p.m. British Standard Time. I don't know if there's actually a name for it. It's BST, so maybe it is British Standard Time in Western Australia. I think it's Western Standard Time. I don't know, it makes me think, is there a non-standard time? I was about to say unstandard, but that's not a word. We didn't go on the London Eye, like I said, and instead we went to Harrods. So we caught another tube, like a London Underground, to Knightsbridge, which is where Harrods is. And every time we caught the Underground, it cost us about £15, and it took quite a while. So when we caught the taxi back to Paddington, it was a lot faster and it actually cost less than using the London Underground. So I think you probably have to live in London and have some sort of Oyster card, which gives you a significant discount on the fares that you would use the London Underground. Either that, you wouldn't use it very much. So we actually spent a lot of money just travelling around London today. So I think we'll keep that in mind for next time. And taxi drivers seem pretty savvy about what's going on. It's very famously known that taxi drivers are trained for like years and years to know the streets and know the ways to get through London based on the traffic and stuff, so yeah. But anyway, today was a whirlwind. I didn't film Harrods because by that stage we started to get really tired, and I was in a bit of a haze because I hadn't actually taken my schizophrenia meds yet, which I only just took now. So it's been quite a while since I've taken them. Harrods was pretty tight. Like, there were lots of people in there. It was really expensive, and you could kind of tell that this was one of the first department stores that was ever made, because the architecture only led to very small rooms, whereas I think department stores now aim for very large open spaces with lots of product and lots of room to move and interesting landscapes to kind of set your eyes over. Whereas in Harrods it seemed like there was a lot of stuff packed into a very small space. So obviously that kind of Gruen transfer theory hadn't really been invented yet when Harrods was first built. We are finding that a lot of places don't have the things that we want. It's really interesting because only very infrequently in Perth do they tell you that you can't get fish and chips, that you can't get a nice coffee, that you can't get this or that. But in quasi-standard reputable places, they will literally tell you that they don't have what you want, and that's a really bizarre thing to hear from someone from Australia, I guess. Because it's embarrassing. It like shuts down the dialogue that you have with the person that you want to purchase the commodity from. You know, if they tell you that they don't have what you want, it seems to lead to like a kind of guesswork relationship. It's like, well, will you have what I want next? You know, does that really make me want to continue this transaction? Charmaine's looking at me.
It seemed like a bit bullshit too, because like the first pub we went to when we wanted the platter or whatever, they had like all those other items in like individual meals.
Yeah. Because we went to a pub at Covent Garden and they didn't have a whole bunch of stuff that we wanted, because we wanted to get a share platter because it was pretty pricey. And
maybe they wanted like to push meals for each person.
Yeah. Maybe
But
that's
then
what
why
they-
the fuck give them the option anyway?
Yeah, I suppose they thought it was easier to just leave the old menus out there and tell you to.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Anyway, today's gonna be a really long vlog day.
I don't like. Okay, two things I don't like about London. Well, the UK. One, that you have to fucking pay to go to the toilet. And two, that they have cobblestone everywhere. And it hurts my feet.
Charmaine's feet hurt a lot.
Why?
We need to do something about that because Charmaine's got like lots of cracks in her feet. They seem to have just formed naturally. I don't because I
wear thongs a lot.
yeah, it's because you wear thongs a lot, so I think that's why it happens. I think you can get your feet peeled. That's a thing. I know my pop and my dad used to get their feet peeled. Yeah. I mean, I used to have to moisturize my feet in summer when I wear thongs all the time because my heels get really cracked. So I guess we'll take you to a podiatrist maybe while you're still on your parents' HBF.
Wait,
Wait.
baby feet, snake skin, foot people.
It's bizarre. I've only got 2 minutes worth of film left, so I think I'll probably end it here. But today was amazing. We did so much in London. Maybe to sum up, just for those people who have been watching the whole way or have kind of skipped to the end, we got to Paddington, we walked to Buckingham Palace, and then we
Walk to the London Eye.
then we no we were and then we caught the tube to Covent Garden,
Lost me.
and then we walked to the London Eye, and then we caught the tube to Harrods, and then we got coffee in a place close to Harrods, and then we caught a taxi back to Paddington, and we missed the last train for the peak hour place that we got our tickets scheduled for, so we waited for the next peak hour, off peak, to begin. And then we caught the train to Oxford, and then we had dinner in a pub that supposedly Shakespeare stopped over at when he was in Oxford. And then we're back home. So yeah, today's been amazing. It's been really busy. There's so much to do in London. There's so much to see. It's kind of crazy that, you know, all the movie stars that you know live in London, and Julian Assange lives in London, and there's...
I never thought about that fact until you mentioned it.
Well, he was in the paper. They have an evening paper here. We got rid of our evening paper in the 90s, I think, in Perth. It's kind of crazy how they can still use print media here. Anyway, this is only going to last another 30 seconds, so I think I'll end today here. Or I'll see you guys tomorrow when I'm going to my conference.